Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the... Let's do this intro the right way, because I forgot to do it like that last time. Hey there, I'm Norm Abrams, and this time on the Shitty Shed Workshop, I'm going to show you how to turn this beautiful fence picket into a one-of-a-kind wooden jack-o'-lantern.
The Shed Workshop features the craftsmanship of Joshua Harris and is brought to you by viewers like you.
So this time, like Norm said, I'm going to show you how to make one of these. This is a wooden jack-o'-lantern. Kids love them. Parents love them. I sell them for $20 a piece, and they sell pretty good. I'm not going to tell you that this is like a market frenzy, and people are going to buy these up like crazy like other people on YouTube. I've sold almost all that I've made. I'm making some more for another market, plain and simple. And they're cheap, too. You buy a fence picket for $2, $4, whatever size you can get cedar, and then you can get 2 out of 1 board. I've got 4 boards, so we're going to make 8. They're fun to do if you have a scroll saw. I imagine if you had a CNC or other tools, you probably wouldn't be watching this station or this show if you had those tools available to you. But if you did, you can make different faces. I did a couple that were Pennywise. I did a Frankenstein. I think I'm going to make another Frankenstein because that one was my favorite. I've done a wolf, other things. They're really easy to make. Most of this will just be footage of me working. You won't have to watch me talk. You get to listen to my sweet voice. And I'm sick right now too, so that's just going to be even better for you.
So that's my cue to take over. Okay, so here we go, voiceover time. Alright, so the first thing I like to do with these is try and smooth them out as much as I can. As you see here, I am using my planer, but you can use a DA sander, flat sander, a belt sander, any type of sander. Ooh, look at that shot. Sorry, I got distracted. Anything that's going to get you a good smooth surface. You see rough there, and look here. Oh, smooth as butter. Speaking of butter, Barbra Streisand is definitely butter. Once they're all smoothed out to a uniform size and thickness, I separate them into good, bad, and the ugly. I'm not sure which is which, but oh, thumbs up. Okay, cool. So to start cutting, you take 1 board and you're going to get 2, another thumbs up, okay? You get 2 lanterns out of each board. I'm cutting these to 9 inches. I've got a stop block set up there to set to where I make sure they're all uniform inside. Why do I make these faces? Once I get them cut to 9 inches, I cut my widths. I start by just taking about a blade's length off one side to get a smooth edge, then flip them over and cut the other side, also taking about a blade's length off, giving me about 5 inches of width. The next thing you want to do is separate your pieces. Now the pieces with knots you're going to want on the back. You obviously don't want to be cutting those. And then your smooth pieces you're going to want to put on the front and the sides. I'm going to take the sides now, which is just another 5-inch piece, and I'm going to measure to get a center line. These measure right at 5 inches, so I'm going to put a center mark at right around 2.5 inches. I know if you look at the tape measure, it looks closer to 6. Just trust me, we're going with this. Go over on the table saw, and I'm going to cut this in half as close as I can. Just trust me, it's off camera, but it's being cut in half.
Next step is the fun part, where we get to draw the faces out and then cut them on the scroll saw. I like to start with putting a line down the center and then draw it to where it's, kind of symmetrical. Is that the right word? Where it looks good on both sides. I'm going to do at least one as a Pennywise, and the other I think I'll do is just a regular jack-o'-lantern. Or maybe a Frankenstein. I haven't decided yet. Hold on a second. I'll start drawing. Just let me cut it first. Then you'll see it looks different.
Now you can cut these out however you want. I'm going to be using a scroll saw, but you could use, a CNC, a laser, jigsaw, handsaw, Dremel. That would take forever. I've got my new, to me, DeWalt. I don't even remember the number, a 3020? It's a 20-inch scroll saw. The blade that I'm using is just a simple little blade from Harbor Freight. Ooh, look, it's so fast. Now luckily with the Pennywise design, you can almost cut the whole thing out at once. So now we're going to be measuring out to get our lid. Once the entire thing is put together, it measures around 3.01. Oh, that wasn't very nice. And then you knock it off, and hopefully it didn't break. Did it break? It didn't break. Okay, so we're gonna measure that out and then cut it on the miter saw. That was a weird cut. Once we have that, there's your back piece. That'll be glued on, and then that is the top piece. Yeah, nice, good job, proud of you. So to put the back piece on, we're gonna do the same thing we did with the front, which I don't think I filmed. You just take some Titebond 3, which is waterproof, because these things are going to be outside if they're used the appropriate way, which, I mean, you could put them inside. It's kind of up to you. Get you some glue on there, and then put your piece on, and go from there. You're going to use a brad nailer, or, okay, maybe not, it's jammed. I said a bad word, I apologize. Now watch out for those brad nailers, because when you slide them back in, yep, you'll get your finger. Once you clear your jam, you're going to go ahead and put your brads in there, one on each corner, and then wipe away any excess glue. If you did it right, you should have some squeeze out. Wait a second. I bled on this. If I bled on this, that means this jack-o'-lantern's already tasted blood, and it is based off Pennywise. Does that mean this jack-o'-lantern is cursed? Have I created a cursed object? Anyway, okay, since we have the side and back and front on, we're going to measure out the bottom. So you're going to grab a piece of your excess scrap. I like to just eyeball about a 1/4 inch in the front and cut that over. Also, guess what? On the miter saw. Look how fast I am. Done already. This will be put on the same way as the sides and back and front, with a little bit of Titebond 3 waterproof glue, because these are going to go outside. Put it on the bottom, and then brad nail it in to help hold it down. And then after that, oh look, another jam. Don't buy your brad nails off Amazon, people. They suck. Just trust me. Go to the store. Support local businesses. Oh, look at that. That's cool. Now it's time for the fun part. When I'm spraying these, I try to go on light as possible, just so you can still see the wood grain popping through. And also, we're gonna burn these in the end to get the wood grain to really pop through. Now this is my favorite part. I get to use fire. I thought I ran out of gas. I found that the less paint that you use to where you can see more wood grain, the better the burning looks in the end. Just look at that. Oh, it smells good too. And if you get too close, you will burn your beard, so just beware. There's a hint to the left. I made a Frankenstein. The easiest way to do this is quick movements, and never keep the torch in one place for too long, or else you will just get a big dark burn spot. What's happening here? Oh my. It's still going. Now, while the demons are coming out of the burnt jack-o'-lantern, because obviously it's been on fire, so it's, full of hell now, you're going to go ahead and work on your top. I like to start by finding the center point of the top, and you do that by connecting the corners. Take a straight edge, draw a line from corner to corner, and then do it again from corner to corner, and where the lines intersect, that's your center point. I'll drill a hole there, as you can see, and then use a finishing wood screw to just, screw right through there. Now off camera, I cut the stem for these. I like to make custom stems for each one. This one's made to look like a balloon, like from Pennywise. Put a little bit of that Titebond 3 waterproof glue, because these are going to be outside, you never know. And then screw it in tight as you can, but don't go too tight, because this is pine, it will split. Okay, so many days later, project is still ongoing. Here is the pumpkin, here is the top. It looks like a little balloon, because we all float down here, Georgie. Up to this process, you're pretty much done. The only thing left is to secure your lid. I like to put a bead of glue all the way around, and then you can either just put it straight on like that,
or you can pop some brad nails down through it and do it like that. Alright, so here's how they turned out. Simple little jack-o'-lantern design. So this is the original design with the open back. I got a little creative later on, and I changed the back to where instead of it being an open back, there's this neat little drawer that your candle can sit on, and it slides right in there, and then you have a completely closed frame. And it lights up, I think, a little bit better. And then the Frankenstein, I did the same thing. Originally, it was an open back. I gave him a little crop top, pop his head right off. Candles just drop right down in there. I mean, you can use real candles too. Just reach down in there and light them if you had to. That's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you're new, go ahead and subscribe. I would say there'll be plans for these up that you can build your own. But I don't really know how to make plans yet. I'm still learning a lot of this stuff as well. So maybe someone else will make plans and then we can link them. If you're interested in getting one of these, they will be for sale on my website for $20 a piece plus shipping. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I enjoyed making them, and I will see you next Sunday. Remember, new videos every Sunday. I have all these cupped boards now that I gotta figure out what I can make with them. Anyone need really small fence pickets? Exit this way still, yep.